class, we discussed about data warehouse architecture with staging area, right? Uh, can you tell me the advantage of this type of data warehouse architecture? Because we have seen that in the case of basic data warehouse architecture, no such case like staging. So, what is the advantage of using this staging area with data warehouse? Can anybody tell me?
So it helps to remove the unwanted data, like clean the data which we do not want in the warehouse, so that it helps the warehouse to store only the summarized data.
Very good. Right. So that's the purpose of using this staging area, and that's the benefit we'll get from it. Okay. So next, we need to remember that the other name of staging area is landing zone. So now, one term that we have got in the last class is ETL. Okay. So what is ETL? ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. Okay, extract, transform, and load. So this is a process in which an ETL tool extracts the data from various data warehouse, means various data source system, and they will transform it in the staging area, and then finally they will load them into the data warehouse system. Got it? So what is ETL? ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. So first it will extract those raw data from different sources, right? Then as the data staging area is there, where we are performing the data cleansing part, okay, data pre-processing part. So there, from that extracted data, those raw data or those extracted data go through the transformation part, and after that only they will load those data into our data warehouse system. ETL process is very important. We should know about it. So I'm repeating again, ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. Now, I come to the next data warehouse architecture. So up to now, we have discussed basic data warehouse architecture and then data warehouse architecture with staging area. Okay. Now, the next data warehouse architecture is data warehouse architecture with staging area as well as data marts. तो अभी हमें और एक नया टर्म मिला है, वो है data mart. Okay, in the next data warehouse architecture, we have staging area also, and we have data marts also. So what is that? We'll go through it. So what happened? Why we do need it? The reason is that we may want to customize our data warehouse architecture for multiple groups within our organization. इसका मतलब क्या है कि हमने देख लिया कि डाटा बहुत अलग अलग जगह से डिफरेंट सोर्सेज से हमने कलेक्ट किया है, इंटीग्रेट किया है. उसके बाद हमने ETL प्रोसेस के जरिए जब एक्सट्रैक्ट किया, ट्रांसफॉर्म किया और लोड कर दिया. ठीक है, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन पार्ट हम कहाँ कर रहे हैं? हम staging area में कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, we are performing the transformation part in the staging area. So after that also we want some, what is that? We need to customize the data warehouse architecture. Means इसका एक simple example दूं तो जैसे आपके पास क्या है, सेल्स डिपार्टमेंट है, जैसे आपके पास मार्केटिंग डिपार्टमेंट है, जैसे आपके पास IT वर्टिकल है. सो अलग अलग वर्टिकल के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं? हम अपना डेटा को कस्टमाइज कर सकते हैं, हम अपना डेटा वेयरहाउस आर्किटेक्चर को कस्टमाइज कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, वी कैन कस्टमाइज एज पर आवर नीड द different groups that are associated to our organization. Okay, so there arises the concept of data mart. ठीक है, तो इसका सोल्यूशन, इसका आंसर ये है कि डेटा मार्ट को जरूरत पड़ी क्योंकि हम कस्टमाइज करना चाहते हैं. हमारे डेटा वेयरहाउस में अलग अलग चीज है. ठीक है, तो जितने भी ग्रुप हैं, जितने भी एसोसिएटेड ग्रुप हैं, उन सभी के लिए जो हम क्या करेंगे, सब्जेक्ट वाइज डिवाइड करेंगे. दैट विल बी डन थ्रू डेटा मार्ट्स, राइट? So again, I come to the textual definition of data mart. That what is data mart? A data mart is a segment of a data warehouse that can be provided information for reporting and analysis on a section, unit, department or operation in the company. ठीक है, इन सिंपल वर्ड्स ये क्या है मैंने बता दिया. इन सिंपल वर्ड्स आप इसको ये समझो कि जिसके जरिए हम क्या है अपने डाटा वेयरहाउस को अलग अलग सेगमेंट में डिवाइड कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, एज पर आवर नीड्स और एज पर द डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स एसोसिएटेड टू आवर organization, like we have sales, payroll, production. Okay, now look at this figure. So these are different sources. Then ETL. Now today's question for this lecture, do mind it that in every lecture I will ask one or two questions. I want sincere response from each of you. Okay, so that whatever the questions I'm asking, they are important for you, and also that way I can monitor that my students are really focusing on my lecture. So today's first question is that what is ETL? ETL क्या है? Okay, and at which part of ETL data staging is concerned? Question आ गया समझ में? ETL क्या है और इसका कौन सा part में data staging related है? ठीक है? So you have seen that from different sources for the ETL process. Okay, the data cleansing part, or you can say that the data transformation part from the raw data to a process data take place, and then through the loading process of the ETL, we transform those data or load those data in the data warehouse. And also one more thing that we have got, that is data mart. So we are organizing the data as part of different segments or different departments concerned or associated to our organization, like that. So that is the data mart. So ये figure clear है? You can take a screenshot of this figure. Then next thing, what this figure illustrates is that this figure illustrates an example where purchasing, sales, stocks are separated. And in this example, you see that a financial analyst wants to analyze the historical data for purchases and sales, or mine historical information to make prediction about the customer behavior. यही चीज है जिसके लिए हमने data warehouse का concept लाया. The main purpose of the data warehouse concept is to analyze the historical data so that we can have a prediction that these are the products from which our company is going to gain some profit, or these are the products from which or because of which our company is not gaining anything, or the curve move towards loss. Okay. Now, so in simple words, we can say that a data mart is a structure and access pattern specific to a data warehouse environment and used to retrieve client-facing data. Right? Now, this definition we need to analyze it more. यहाँ पे दो चीज और आ गया है कि ये जो data mart है, अभी तक हमने देखा कि इससे हम क्या कर रहे हैं, डिवाइड कर रहे हैं, सेगमेंट कर रहे हैं. But after all, it will help what? Whom? It will help the clients to retrieve those data from the different segments. या मुझे sales department का data चाहिए, sales department का historical data चाहिए. I will focus on that segment only. Suppose I want some marketing information. Okay, then I will focus on the marketing segment only. So this will help us, the client, to retrieve the particular data or specific data to a particular segment. ठीक है? So if we define this data mart with respect to set and subset concept of mathematics, then we can say is what? Data mart is nothing but a kind of subset under the data warehouse. क्या मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ? मैंने ये कहा, what I have said that data mart is a subset of data warehouse. Why I have said like that? I want response from you. क्यों मैंने कहा कि डाटा मार्ट को डाटा वेयरहाउस का एक सबसेट मान के चल सकते हैं? क्या बता सकते हैं आप लोग?
Sir, because it is divided into different parts from the data warehouse.
Okay. Right. Any more response? Have you all got my question? मेरा क्वेश्चन सबको समझ में आ गया? सभी बुझी पाला क्वेश्चन पे की? Then please respond. To help you answer the question, I have shown a figure to you. Right? So, बोलो.
सर डाटा सोर्स से सर सब डाटा आपका डाटा वेयरहाउस में जा रहा है, फिर उसके बाद सेगमेंट होके आपके डाटा मार्ट्स में जा रहा है, तो आपका जो ओवरऑल पूरा मेन सेट है डाटा वेयरहाउस, उसमें पूरा डाटा है और उसके बाद सब डिवीजन होके जा रहा है, इसलिए सबसेट बोल रहे होंगे डाटा मार्ट्स को.
हाँ, good. You are almost correct. Okay. I want more response, please. राजू ने जो बोला, जोएटा ने जो बोला, सही कहा है. They are partially correct and almost correct, I can say. Anyone else?
Sir, the data stored in a data warehouse are being divided to different segments that contains the data that is already stored in data warehouse. So I think data marts. So because of that, data marts is a subset of data warehouse.
Okay. You don't need to think because you are correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does anyone else want to give the response, or else I'll be going to explain it. क्या कोई और रेस्पॉन्स देना चाहते हैं तो दीजिए, नहीं तो मैं इसको एक्सप्लेन करूंगा अभी. कोई नहीं. Okay, that's it. They have said correct. See, data mart is a concept inside the data warehouse. क्या data mart can exist independently without data warehouse? No or yes?
No, sir.
Of course no. Because data warehouse है, आपके पास डेटा वेयरहाउस है. पहले तो जब हमने बेसिक डेटा वेयरहाउस आर्किटेक्चर की बात की थी, तब क्या था? ये सारे चीज कुछ भी नहीं था, राइट? यहाँ पे डाटा स्टेजिंग भी नहीं था, फिर भी तो डेटा वेयरहाउस था. तो हर एक स्टेप में हम इस चीज को और क्या कर रहे हैं, फिल्टर कर रहे हैं डेटा को, और थोड़ा बहुत प्रोसेस को कॉम्प्लिकेटेड कर रहे हैं, बट उसको रिट्रीव करने के लिए हम इजी बना रहे हैं. दैट्स आवर टास्क एवरी स्टेप. सी, फर्स्ट वी हैव basic data warehouse architecture. There's nothing, the concept like data staging or data mart, right? Then the next stage we have seen data warehouse architecture with staging, where ETL concepts come, right? And through ETL, we have seen that we are extracting data, we are transforming the data in the data staging, and after all, we are loading it into the data warehouse. Then we have seen that to make it more easy to extract the data, okay, from the client side. Remember, from the client side, then what concept we have bought? Data mart. After all the data exists in the data warehouse, and thereby we are segmenting them into different parts, right? Different groups, those who are associated to our organization. इसका मतलब ये है, data marts जो है exist because of the data warehouse. So what I can say, overall, if X belongs to data warehouse, where X is any data, then of course X is going to belong any one of this document, means data mart, right? Or reversely, you can say that if X belongs to sales, data mart sale, then obviously X belongs to data warehouse, right or not? अगर X सेल्स में बिलोंग कर रहा है, एक X कोई भी एक डेटा है जो सेल्स में बिलोंग कर रहा है, तो X जाके डेटा वेयरहाउस में भी बिलोंग करेगा. सही है या गलत, बताओ?
सही है.
Right. So what happened? Actually, what I mean to say, I mean to define this data mart in terms of data warehouse. So from that concept, where I have seen that X belongs to any data mart implies X belongs to the data warehouse. So this overall implies that data mart is a subset of data warehouse. I hope this definition is now clear to all of you. सबको समझ में आ गया?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let me first take that sentence. Okay. So now this data mart concept with respect to data warehouse is clear. So this third one is the means the latest version or latest architecture where we try to remove all the disadvantages of the previous data warehouse architecture. So the last one we have seen data warehouse architecture with staging area and data mart. And you have also seen that what is the importance of staging area and what is the importance of data marts. One question there I have asked that what is ETL and where the staging area belongs with respect to ETL, right? Now I am coming to this data warehouse architecture portion is complete. Now I am coming to the properties of data warehouse architecture. इसका मतलब ये है कि data warehouse architecture का क्या-क्या property है, ठीक है? So look at this figure. So properties of data warehouse architecture का मतलब ये है, this means that you need to organize the data warehouse architecture in such a way so that each of these property is going to be satisfied. First one is separation, second one is scalability, third one is extensibility, fourth one is security, and the last one is administrability. Right. So one by one, we'll go through each of. So coming to the first one, separation. So can you guess that what this separation is going to mean with respect to the data warehouse architecture?
So removing the unwanted data.
Okay.
Filtering the data of similar types.
Filtering the data of similar types. Okay.
Mining the data.
Yes, please repeat.
Mining the data.
Mining the data.
The useful one and the garbage ones.
Okay. Okay, good try. I'll explain the mining part after this data warehouse portion is complete. Okay, so I'll keep that aside. Now, 3 responses I have got among the 41 participants. What happened to you guys? Okay, no problem. I'm coming to the separation property. Now look, separation property says that analytical and transactional processing should be kept apart as much as possible. जो आप लोगों ने guess किया, ठीक है, बिल्कुल करेक्ट है. जब अगर मैं डाटा के बारे में मतलब बात करूंगा कि ये डाटा जो है रिडंडेंट को हटाओ, ये सारे चीज we have already done. Where at which part? The data staging part. Now, in this case, in the case of data warehouse architecture as a whole concerned, separation का meaning ये है कि analytical and transactional processing, they should be kept as much as apart as possible. Can anybody guess what this actually tries to mean? क्योंकि let me show you the architecture once again, the last one. From this data marts actually, okay, from this data marts, with the help of some processing tools, the client tries to access the data, right or wrong. क्या एक ही client होगा इसमें? Is there only one client associated to this whole data warehouse architecture? No. Because you see, last I think SBI example I have given in your class. We have a branch. We have more than one branch, but at least one district branch in Jorhat. Then similarly, one district branch in Guwahati, like that. So many branches are there in Assam alone. Forget about the rest part of the India. So is अगर हम data warehouse maintain कर रहा है, it doesn't mean that only one transaction is going on, only one analytical processing is going on. No, there may exist simultaneously more than thousand transactions also. Okay, if we are not putting some limit, then there obviously there is not going to be such one or two transactions. So what I mean to say that multiple transactions may happen, or in this case, as I'm not talking about DBMS now, I'm talking about data warehouse. So in the case of data warehouse, what actually we are doing with the data, we are trying to process those data analytically to find out some knowledge, okay, to have some knowledge or to gain some knowledge or to predict some business. Business logic, or what I can say that about the profit or loss of the company. So that is not going to happen that only one such analytical processing is going on. There may happen more than one such analytical processing. But अभी जब एक से ज़्यादा analytical processing हो रहा है तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? You should design the data warehouse architecture in such a way that you'll know means that everyone, each of such analytical processing will be treated independently and will be kept apart from each one as much as possible, right? That is what the first properties talks to you, says to you, that is the separation. ठीक है? So separation का मतलब ये है analytical and transactional processing should be kept as much as possible apart. Okay, I hope that this first property is now clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Now coming to the second one, scalability. Now you tell me, in our computer science, okay, as a whole, I am considering every subject. We have already got this term many times before. Scalable, ये scalable है या नहीं, ऐसे हम बोल करते हैं, right? So what do you understand by the term scalability?
अगर किसी यूजर को अगर कोई हार्डवेयर या सॉफ्टवेयर कुछ अपग्रेड चाहिए या फिर कोई ज्यादा अगर यूजर बढ़ गए तो उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से मतलब वो चीज जो आर्किटेक्चर है स्केलेबल होना चाहिए, चेंज होते रहना चाहिए।
स्केलेबल होना सही है, ठीक है। सो आप लोगों ने शायद क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग का पेपर पहले पढ़ा था। आई होप यू हैव ऑलरेडी गॉट वन पेपर लाइक क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग प्रिंसिपल्स, राइट?
Yes, sir.
Although that paper doesn't belong to me because I'm not a person who has specialization in cloud computing, but I do know that one fact: scalability is concerned to the cloud computing, right or wrong? था कि नहीं? ये चीज तो था, क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग से रिलेटेड है।
यस सर।
आप लोगों को मेरे से ज्यादा आइडिया होगा क्योंकि मैं क्लाउड का आदमी हूँ ही नहीं, तो आप लोगों के पास ज्यादा आइडिया होगा। था, यस, समवन सेड यस। ओके, तो वहां पे स्केलेबिलिटी का मतलब क्या था?
सर आपका रिसोर्स अलोकेट एंड डिलोकेट सर एज पर यूजर नीड।
Yeah, almost correct. That answer is almost correct.
So capacity to increase scope পাৰে নোৱাৰে? Capacity to কিমান হয়?
Right. হয় হয়। Next.
तो यूजर का रिक्वायरमेंट है तो उसके हिसाब से मतलब जो हार्डवेयर एंड सॉफ्टवेयर कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है वो चेंज कर सके।
Correct. Okay, so in this case, I have got almost the correct answer from each of you. So scalability means scalable or not. Hardware and software architecture should be simple to upgrade. You may note down this term, upgrade. The data volume which has to be managed and processed, and the number of users requirements which have to be made progressively increase. इसका मतलब जैसे आप लोगों ने कहा कि जितना भी रिसोर्सेस हैं, ठीक है, सपोज अभी वो रिसोर्सेस 1000 यूजर के लिए ठीक है, ओके, लेट्स अज्यूम सो। सपोज कल को वो आपका यूजर्स, नंबर ऑफ यूजर्स 1000 से बढ़ के 5000 हो गया, तब क्या आपका आर्किटेक्चर वो 5000 जो यूजर्स हैं उसका रिक्वायरमेंट को मीट कर पाएगा? Can those architectures be upgraded in such a way that will meet the requirement of such volume of customers? That actually gives us or given us by the term scalability. ठीक है, आप सबको समझ में आ गया स्केलेबिलिटी का मतलब क्या है? आप जब वॉल्यूम बढ़ा रहे हो, आपका आर्किटेक्चर क्या उस वॉल्यूम के अकॉर्डिंग अपग्रेडेड हो पाएगा या नहीं? When you are increasing the volume, in this case, obviously, when you are increasing the volume in what? You are increasing the volume of the data. Okay, with respect to data warehouse, whether your architecture, data warehouse architecture has the capability to be upgraded accordingly or not to meet the requirement is the term scalability. Okay, scalability ठीक है. If the scalability is okay, so that this means what? The architecture can easily be upgraded. If the scalability is not good, then it cannot be upgraded. Now, have you got this term? क्या सबको समझ में आ गया? बुझी पाला सबे?
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So, okay, the next term I come to extensibility. अभी जो next term है वो क्या है? extensibility. Now, ये जो scalability word है और extensibility word है, are they same or there exists some difference between them? क्या दोनों एक जैसा है? दोनों का मीनिंग एक है या अलग है दोनों?
अलग है.
Okay. So now I'm not going to take more time. I'm going to explain it. So the architecture should be able to perform new operations and technologies without redesigning the whole system. So if you look at these two terms, scalability and extensibility, so we can say that they are mostly interrelated. Are you all agree with that? मैं क्यों बोल रहा हूँ ऐसा? मैंने कहा कि जो ये दोनों वर्ड हैं, स्केलेबिलिटी का मतलब आपने देखा कि आर्किटेक्चर को अपग्रेडेड आप कर पा रहे हो कि नहीं. एक्सटेंसिबिलिटी का मतलब आपने क्या देखा? जो भी नया ऑपरेशंस आ रहे हैं, सपोज यू वांट टू परफॉर्म सम न्यू ऑपरेशंस, ओके, सो आपको उसके लिए उस पूरे सिस्टम को फिर से रीडिजाइन करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. इट कैन इजीली एक्सटेंड इट्स परफॉर्मेंस. It means what? That it can easily adopt that operation, it can perform accordingly or efficiently. So my next question to all of you, first question you have already noted down, and the second question that now I am asking you, that whether these two terms, scalability and extensibility, are they interrelated to each other with respect to data warehouse architecture or not? फिर से मैं क्वेश्चन एक बार बोल दे. स्केलेबिलिटी वर्ड, इसका मीनिंग सबको समझ में आ गया. एक्सटेंसिबिलिटी, इसका भी मतलब समझ में आ गया. मैं फिर से बोल रहा हूँ, एक्सटेंसिबिलिटी मतलब कोई भी नया ऑपरेशन आ गया, ठीक है, क्या वो नया ऑपरेशन के लिए आपके आर्किटेक्चर को फिर से रीडिजाइन नहीं करना पड़ेगा. इट कैन परफॉर्म दैट न्यू टास्क ऑल्सो, न्यू ऑपरेशन ऑल्सो. ठीक है, तो ये दोनों टर्म है, स्केलेबिलिटी और एक्सटेंसिबिलिटी के बीच क्या रिलेशन है? Are they related to each other, interrelated to each other or not? All of you will respond after you get the recorded lecture. Okay, so today I have asked 2 questions and these things will be continued till the end of the lectures of this subject. Okay, so I hope this will help you. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so So with this, I'm going to terminate this lecture. Okay, thank you. Have a great day.